Hey, Corey here, you guys. Happy Tuesday. And I'm going to ask you a deep question. I'm going to get deep in today's conversation is have you ever been afraid? Have you ever had fear kind of stop you in your tracks and prevent you from moving forward? If you have ever had any kind of fear at all, please comment down below because we are going to get into this deep today. I know, Deep Tuesday. Hey, Sarah and Erica. Awesome. And Angela. Woohoo. Happy day, everybody. Yay. I know, I'm so excited to talk about fear, but there's a serious reason for this. So I was reading in my personal development book. I know, Angela, right? All the time. It's something we have to talk about it. So I'm just bringing it out. I'm keeping it real, right? And my headline today is false evidence appearing real is fake news. Total fake news. Hey, Susan. Right? False evidence appearing real is fake. So if you guys have ever heard that, fear, F-E-A-R, kind of acronym, I don't know, some fancy marketing person made it false evidence appearing real. All that really does is, like brushes it under the rug. So it's kind of like, you got to clean the house real quick. Mom's coming over. You sweep and you lift up the rug and you just hide it all because you're so dirty. That's all you're doing if you're looking at it that way. So we really diving into what is fear and seriously what you can do about it to move past it, to see past the wall and just push that wall over, because I know you guys can do this. So there is a few types of fear. If we just bundle up on categories, there's a fear of rejection, there's a fear of failure, a fear of success, and then, a scary fear of life or death, right? So we'll just put that one last because that's pretty much the only serious one, if you think about it. So our bodies are designed to be in fight or flight mode. So have you ever been in a situation where, something sparks it and maybe your palms get sweaty, your heart starts to beat a little bit more? I know, for example, for me, is I was in a car accident many years ago, pretty serious car accident. Now, anytime, no matter where I am, if I'm stopped at a complete stop and I hear screechy tires, I feel my whole body tense up. It's like, I'm ready. Where is it coming from? And that's just because of my experience of what I've been through. But, if you're a, caveman and you walk into a cave and there's a saber-toothed tiger there, what are you going to do? There's three options when you're faced with that life or death situation. It's fight, flight, or freeze. Say that again. It's fight, flight, or freeze. So if you're faced with a saber-toothed tiger, you can fight. So, grab your spear or a rock and, try to fight off the saber-toothed tiger. You can freeze. So you just freeze in terror and you don't move and you hope that he doesn't smell you. Or you flight. You run for your life. That is true fear. And what we do in society on our day-to-day stuff is we put our brains at that hyper level of fear and anxiety for non-life or death situations. Okay? So, fear of rejection. So, you see a cute person at, the bar or the bookstore or whatever, and you want to go up and say hi, but you're afraid of rejection. Or maybe you have your own business and you need to make a good business contact. And you're afraid of making that contact for fear of rejection. That's not a life or death situation, you guys. So that is not false evidence appearing real because it's not life or death. So finding ways to not have it appear to your brain as a life or death situation. The only way to do that, the best way, is just to break it down in little nuggets, okay? So one of these little nuggets for fear of rejection is ask yourself the what if, okay? So, for example, I use my example of you're a business owner and you have this great business contact that your business will help their business and their business will help yours. So it's a mutually beneficial connection. And you're afraid of going to ask that person for a meeting to discuss, right? So ask yourself, what if? What if you don't go there and ask that person for a connection? What if I don't call up that business owner and say, hey, let's sit down and chat over coffee and see how we can build this connection or this partnership? What if I don't do that? If I don't do that, then what happens is I don't impact that person's business. I don't help them. I don't support them or grow them. And I don't impact the lives of the people that we could do it together when we partner. So you guys, it totally erases the fear of rejection when I look at it of what can I do to have that connection. Now you could use this as a personal example as, maybe you're at the bookstore and you're single and there's this cute person there and you want to go up and you want to say, hi, I'm going to go up. What if I don't do that? Well, if I don't do that, then maybe we don't have an awesome first date. Maybe we never get married. Maybe we never have the best future of our lives. Or maybe I just don't make a new friend, right? There's always that other end. But what we're looking at is, I don't want to get hurt. I don't want them to tell me no. Because if they tell me no, then what is that actually probably meaning in your brain? Is I'm not enough. I'm not good enough. And that's not true. Each and every one of you are so enough. You are so much enough. Okay, so having that thought trickle into your brain, something that we just want to erase that out of there. So think of that the next time you're faced with a situation of, fear of rejection. Ask yourself, what if I don't do this task that I'm afraid of? What would happen to me? The second non-life or death is fear of failure. And I will be totally honest with you guys. This is a humongous one for me that I am very well aware of on a daily basis is fear of failure. I am a perfectionist, negatively connotated perfectionist, and I'm getting so much better. So like this video here, it's not perfect, but it's done because it's getting out to you. It's going to connect with somebody. If you know of someone who needs to hear this, tag them in the comments below, share this video, get that out there. That message means so much to me, whether it's perfect or not, it's real. And the topics I talk about are real and real important. So fear of failure for me is I was always afraid of putting out a product or a service, or when I used to work as an employee, I always wanted to be the best. So I would put in so many hours working the work, checking the work, rechecking the work, and it was fine the first time. You guys, it was fine the first time. So fear of failure, don't let that hold you back from never doing anything in the first place. That stopped me so much. Hey, Carl. Right? So that stopped me. You guys, in a sense, looking back, I wasted years redoing the same work that was perfectly fine. It was perfectly fine. Looking back on it now, I should have just submitted it and be done with it. But this is all part of my journey, and something that's very dear to my heart is that fear of failure, what I have done to work through that. There's a lot of stuff. So if you want my tips of how I've gotten through, I can't say completely, but it's a work in progress. If you want my tips of how I've gotten through the fear of failure, just shoot me over a private message and I'll definitely send you those. Because there's a few. Now, the last one I want to talk about is fear of success. On the opposite is fear of failure. There's fear of success. Some people are so afraid of reaching success. Maybe they have a goal of, they want to become a millionaire, or they want to have this huge house and grow their family up, send all their kids to private school, you know, their big goals of success, right? Whatever their version or your version of success is. And if you've ever thought about that and then felt yourself shutting yourself down. So here's an example, just a random example, making it up as I go, is maybe you thought to yourself, you know, I would love to be $1 million a year earner. Cool. I put it on my vision board, $1 million a year earner. I'm going to impact so many lives and help so many people. And then you look at that vision board every day and you feel fear. Not because of failing to get there, because of you don't know what that's like. You don't know what it's like to be $1 million a year earner. I don't know what it's like to be $1 million a year earner. And sorry, phone's doing something funny. Hey, Livia and Michelle, thought you could pop on. But some people are really afraid of the success. So maybe they have this dream and this goal to help all these people and they're way up here. And they get so far, they sabotage themselves. So they'll push, and then they shut down and then they start making excuses. These are where excuses to me come in for, I don't have enough time, I don't have enough resources, I can't do what they do. You shut yourself down because you're afraid of actually achieving that success. So there was a story that was shared with me related to money. So this woman, she went on a trip and there was this huge yacht, like $470 million yacht, or ship, you know, at that point. It had helicopter pads on it. It required like 70 people to run it. And, you know, she's looking at this. There are some people that might look at that and say, why do you want a $475 million boat? What's that all for? But we don't know what that person was thinking. Maybe that person was thinking, I want this big boat because then I can employ 70 people. So I'm making 70 people have a job. You know, you look at it as a holdup for you of, you know, I don't want to be that person. I don't want to be rich because, you know, rich people are evil or money is evil, but that's not true. Money is the vehicle that helps us change the world. You put money in the hands of good people, really good things can happen. Like really good things can happen if you have money in the hands of good people because they give back, they build up communities, they impact lives, change lives. Right? So quick recap, comment down below if what you got out of today's quick talk. But we're talking deeply about fear, fear of failure, which is my top one, fear of success, fear of rejection, right? We talked about those types of things and how the whole acronym of false evidence appearing real is total fake news. Get that out of there because fear is real, but there is real ways to work through it. And final tip here, if you want my suggestions of how I've helped work myself through the fear of failure, so if you're struggling with fear of failure, you will want these tips. Send me a private message and I'll get those over to you. All right, guys, I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much for your time. Go out, have a fabulous day. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.